Did you know that there's a simple exercise that you can use to improve your walking that almost everyone ignores? In this video, I'm going to show you what that exercise is, how it can boost your walking, and why it's so important for you to do it daily, especially if you are age 50 plus. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how one of my patients in my clinic tripled her walking distance, stopped using her cane in a matter of weeks with one secret trick. Now, before I show you the exercise, let's start by looking at some of the main issues that people have with walking and the one system that is crucial to fixing them all. Now, there are usually three main problems that people come to me when it comes to walking. Either they can't walk as far as they used to, they can't walk as fast as they used to, or walking hurts, so they don't enjoy it anymore. Now, the bad news is that all three walking problems tend to worsen with age, but not all hope is lost. The good news is that we can actually reverse all three problems with one simple exercise. Now, think of your body like a bicycle. First, we have the frame, second, we have the wheels, and third, we have the handlebars. If any of these parts isn't working right, the bicycle becomes slow, unsteady, and inefficient. Now, just like our bike needs all three components to run smoothly, our bodies also need these three main components to walk better. So first and foremost, we need a strong and robust frame, which is your bones and joints. Without these, our bike completely falls apart. Once we have that, we need wheels, which give us movement and power our bike forward. This is like our muscles, and without them, our bike cannot go as far or as fast as we'd like. And finally, we have the handlebars, which are like your body's nervous system, giving us control and balance. Without this, our bike becomes unsteady or tips over. Unfortunately, exercise programs online mostly target one or two parts of the system and they neglect the third one. Typically, they focus on muscles and joints. However, there is one exercise that hits all three components so you can walk further, faster, and pain-free. But before I show you this, there's one more thing that you need to understand, because if you don't, you might injure yourself and make matters a bit worse. Let me introduce you to Maura, a 55-year-old client of mine who went from struggling to walk with a cane to walking almost an hour around the block in just a few weeks. Now, Maura loved walking with her friends, but after an injury and a back surgery, she relied on a cane and struggled to keep up. When she came to see me, she could only walk 10 minutes with support. I gave Maura one exercise, which I'll show you in a bit, and advised her to walk just 5 minutes each day, rather than the 10 minutes she was trying to do before. Now, here's the trick. I then asked her to increase her walking time by 20% each week. This is what we call the golden rule of rehab: consistency over intensity. In 2 months, Maura doubled her walking time, improved her balance, and no longer needed her cane. 3 months later, she was able to keep up with all her friends on their walks, and she was thrilled. So what is the moral of the story? Progress doesn't have to be fast. It just needs to be steady. The key to improving your mobility, balance, and your walking is to focus on consistency and gradual improvements. Just like a turtle, slow and steady truly wins the race here. Now that you understand the golden rule of rehab, let's jump into the exercise. So let's start by standing with your feet shoulder width apart, lightly holding on to a chair or a counter in front of you for balance. First, shift your weight forward onto your toes and lift your heels off the ground, holding this position at the top for 5 seconds before slowly lowering your heels back down. Next, reversing the movement, shifting your weight onto your heels and lifting your toes up, holding again for 5 seconds, and repeating this cycle 10 times. Heels up, hold, toes up, hold. This exercise targets 2 key muscles and 1 critical joint involved in walking. When you lift your toes up, you're strengthening the tibialis anterior muscle at the front of your shin. This is the muscle that is crucial for clearing your toes when you walk, helping you avoid trips and falls. Now, when you lift your heels up, you're working your calf muscles, which are vital for pushing off the ground as you walk. Ultimately, this is the muscle that is crucial for boosting your speed and endurance. Now, both of these movements also help to strengthen your ankle and foot joints, but we're not done yet. So far, we've only worked on the muscles and joints, but for the final step of this exercise, and only if it feels safe, try performing the same heel and toe raise with 1 or 2 fingers on the chair for support, or letting go entirely if you can. This progression will challenge and improve your balance, addressing the often overlooked nervous system component that is required for walking. So to recap, we've strengthened your muscles and joints, like upgrading the frame and pedals on our bike, and by improving our balance, we've added brand new handlebars and a brake system, giving you more control when you walk. I recommend doing 10 repetitions of both heel raise and toe raises twice a day, and then slowly increasing those repetitions, just like Mora, 20% per week. Don't speed this process up. Take it nice and slow. Now, if that exercise felt too easy or too challenging, don't worry. I have 3 variations for you, ranging from easiest to hardest. First, let's talk about the easiest option. You can perform the same exercise while sitting down. You can make it a bit more effective by pressing down on your knees to add some resistance. This variation is perfect for you if you like to watch TV and you want to do some exercises, or if you find standing exercises to be difficult for you. Next, a more challenging option to try is the same exercise but at the edge of a step while holding onto the railings. Place the balls of your feet on the step with your heels hanging off. This variation works your ankle joints and muscles throughout the full range of motion, giving them an extra workout. And finally, the most advanced option, perform the heel and toe raise on 1 leg instead of 2 while standing on the floor. This is the ultimate exercise for boosting your walking ability. I recommend doing 5 repetitions on each leg. Increase your repetitions by just 10 to 20% per week. This was the key to Mora's success, and you can get there too. Now, walking is just one of the many challenges people over 50 face, but there's another issue that can be even bigger yet surprisingly easy to overcome. That is stairs. Click on this video here to discover how you can climb stairs easily with 3 simple exercises and a trick to do it pain-free. I'll see you there.